All right.
All right.
All right. We're rolling now, guys. Good evening, everybody. It's Dr. Earl W. Brown here, and we got with me Minnesota Vikings fan and Minnesota Silver Roll hunter
Hey,
from
what's up, everyone?
and
What's
from we
going on? What's going on, pimpies?
and we got you know these guys. They're the hosts of Real as Fuck TV, which streams on Vikings fans channel on YouTube every Thursday night. I guess 6 p.m. Eastern or
Um,
Eastern.
we
I mean Central. My bad. You know.
yeah, we changed it. We bumped it up to an hour now. We're gonna start at 7 instead of 6.
Oh, okay. Let's see.
It was a recent change that we just went with.
I see. So, how's things hanging? Everything good? You getting ready for the New Year's coming up?
Bumped it up to an hour now. Oh yeah, everything's great.
All right. Sweet to hear. Good to hear,
Yeah,
man.
we got about 8 inches of snow on our highway right now.
Wow,
Fucking
dude.
mini
Wow.
fucking blizzard we've had to deal with since fucking this morning. Or what, last night? Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. Let's see.
Man,
Yeah,
that's something.
yeah, it'll be done at like fucking 3 or 4 o'clock in the fucking morning.
Wow, man. Gosh, that's one of the big reasons why I left Michigan because, basically, Michigan was the last winter I had in Michigan. I think I explained this, but a couple of times before. It was like knee deep snow, and at the time I didn't have a car. I had to get around on a bike because I was struggling that bad. So I had to really thrust myself up to whichever place I had to go to, whether it was work or a venue or any other place, nearby bar on a bike, basically because and that kind of did help me in a lot of ways when it came to cold weather down here in Texas because I'm able to walk around the street even though people are all bundled up. But here I am walking around with a light jacket, unbuttoned or unzipped. Some people may question, "What the fuck is with you, dude?" Well, I tell them I'm from Michigan. Oh, that explains it. You know.
Yeah, yeah. So you getting any of that snow that we're getting, or?
No, the only time we ever had snow was actually from Michigan. Oh, that explains it. Basically, was well, hold up there. I got my little thing here. Some a little bit of interruption there.
Yeah,
Basically,
I heard something happened.
yeah. It's that's my bad. Remember, the OBS records everything on YouTube. That's how I'm able to do my techno dark stream streams out there a few times. Yeah.
Oh no, you can't see you can't see what Silver Roll's doing in here.
What's he doing?
He's fucking dancing around, dude.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god, that's fucking funny.
Boogie oogie oogie, boogie oogie oogie.
Yeah, I just had the mic. I'm trying to adjust it because it sound kind of twangy on his audio, so I was trying to adjust it a little bit.
Okay.
You were adjusting the mixer, huh? Yeah, does he sound better now, or is he low, or
Me or Vikings?
Vikings? Me.
Oh, okay.
Hang on while I'm doing something real quick here.
All right. Basically, as I was talking
Is
about the
that is that better?
yeah, I hear you a lot more louder now.
Okay.
All right. As
Cool.
I was saying the only time I ever seen snow here in this area of Texas was in around December of 2017. I was getting up, getting something to drink, and give me some snacks, and getting cigarettes for the sister and brother-in-law. So basically, and there was not that much snow, but basically it lasted there for about early that afternoon, and just went away for the rest of the day there.
Yeah, didn't you guys get snow on the Super Bowl when you guys
Um,
hosted the Super Bowl down in Dallas, Texas?
what year was that?
That was like I want to say 2 or 3 years ago. It was one of the first years that the stadium opened, and I remember the day of the Super Bowl. Um, I swear they were clearing snow.
No. Oh wow. Was it in the Houston area or somewhere else, like the Fort
Dallas, in
Dallas?
Dallas.
Oh, then most
Yeah.
likely it'd probably be in Dallas. So I've never been to Dallas, so I don't really know. Remember, I'm close to the Houston area there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. How far is Houston from Dallas?
I don't know. Like I said, I've never been in Dallas. From what I understand, it's like a 4-hour drive. I guess it is. Have lots of gas money. That's for sure.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been to Fort Worth, Dallas, Fort Worth, a few times when I used to drive over the road.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I want to
Yeah.
want one of the things I want to do that's on my bucket list is go to Arlington, Texas, and visit the gravesite of both Dimebag and Vinnie Paul Abbott.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was fucked up shit that happened to Dimebag Darrell, man.
Yeah. I
That was
know.
fucking crazy, dude. Somebody
Yeah.
walked up on stage and whacked him.
Yeah, shot him dead because they said apparently they thought he broke up Pantera. First of all, Pantera was never broken up. It was just taking hiatus when they were doing when Daryl and Vinny were doing their project, Damage Plan at that time. But but this asshole was basically one of those super obsessive people who get upset over the littlest of things. Fuck that shit. Well,
Yeah.
either
Yeah.
way, he's dead either way. So he was just shot on sight by an off-duty security guard or police officer, I guess.
The guy that killed Dimebag?
No, yeah, the guy, that idiot, he got shot by, as I mentioned, yeah. So
So
either
he
if he,
he got his justice.
yep, basically right then and there.
Mm.
Hmm.
Yeah, we live in a fucking crazy society these days,
I
man.
know.
Crazy fucking world, dude. I never heard of fucking people getting killed on stage, performing like that, man.
I know. It's just like and the thing is, the mentality of some of these people, which we got to get into. The mentality of people thinking that over obsessive over something that ain't really much of their concern. Basically, fuck. I'm like fuck this. So do people have to take things that extreme?
Yeah, so serious all the time and shit. I
I
mean,
know.
just crazy.
I
Crazy, crazy, crazy.
Mm-hmm.
was you watching Ken's program last Saturday night when me, Alex Payne, and Ray Rollins was on with Ken there on his show?
Yeah,
We were
I was.
talking. Yeah, oh yeah, we were. Yeah, I remember. I saw you in the chat. I was going to say I should probably call in, but I think Ken decided to end the show. Later on.
Yeah, I tried calling in right at the end. I, I should have called in sooner, but I didn't.
Ah, okay.
But
Yeah.
the thing about it was like Ken was going to end it, and then all of a sudden he kept it going, and I was like, I was confused a little bit.
Yeah, but basically, sometimes things could show up at the last minute where it's last minute detail, last minute stories, last minute news items that someone brings up, like I did with that one particular ugly sweater with with Santa snorting blow in his nose.
What the fuck?
Yeah, fuck
Yeah, I
yeah.
know. I saw that on Facebook and I clipped it. I figure I sent it to Ken, to talk about it. He was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, shit. I mean, if someone did that themselves, I mean, it would have took a while to, knit a sweater like that.
Can you imagine the public outcry when it was sold right in the stores? Because basically this was sold online, from what I take it.
Oh, damn. What's that straw, Mommy? What's that? Why is Santa holding a straw and there's a big pile of snow in front of
There's a
him?
big pile of Coke with the straw. It's pretty fucked up.
Yeah. Of course we get, excuse me, of course we get the reference to, because, excuse me there.
Don't
My
die
bad.
on us, Earl.
I won't. I just had to get a cough out. Basically, the idea that, they often they often call cocaine snow at times. So basically, they already got the idea from, you know, that's been for years. They did that for ages.
Right.
Some blow, some snow.
No snow, no show.
No blow, no show, bro.
Yeah. So, oh, speaking of blow, some blow. Our favorite blowhard is finally doing something good for once in his life for a while.
Who?
Tommy, Mr.
Oh, Tom.
Blowhard himself. Yeah.
Oh, oh, hang on, hang on. I was gonna say something since you mentioned Tommy.
Yeah.
There's some rumors that Thursday night Real as Fuck TV might have a special guest on,
Tom.
and his name is Bill Fenton, Tommy's
Bill.
dad.
Oh, really? Bill.
Tommy's dad might show up on Real as Fuck TV Thursday night.
All right. This is
Just a sneak peek, just a sneak inside.
Tommy's mine.
Yeah, nah, and his dad might fucking call in. We'll see if he makes it on. We'll see if Bill Fenton can make it on Thursday night.
All
But
right. So how are you able to get a hold of him?
I got my means. I was talking to him, texted him earlier tonight, and earlier this morning, and we were talking, and he's like, I'm gonna try to call in for sure Thursday night. So as long as he keeps his word, we should have Tommy's dad, Bill Fenton, on Thursday night.
All right. Good. I'll be listening. You could probably ask him, oh, where the fuck does he get these ideas that he's above everybody else? I don't need to take advice. I don't need to apologize. That makes you look like a bitch. You could probably ask him where does he get those ideas from. Tommy did.
Yeah, as long as he makes it to the show, it's gonna be very fucking interesting because I got a lot of questions for Bill.
Oh, I got a lot of questions for James Woolery. He asked
Oh
me to.
man, that motherfucker.
Yeah, he basically commented. You remember the video I did on him on the situation on between him and Tommy? The beef they had on Ken's program a couple of times before Hurricane Dorian hit in Florida, where James Woolery lives.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he basically said somebody sent me a message on Twitter saying follow him back and DM him. Basically, so I did. I tried to contact him to get the lowdown from him about Tommy, about those gay porn, channels that was in Tommy's playlist on his channel there.
Yeah, I remember that shit, dude.
Oh,
the
man.
porn shit, dude.
Came out the same time Balloon Gate started, basically.
Yeah.
And I also wanted to ask James Woolery about Tommy's. Why does he have this consistent need of attention?
Because that's the way Tommy fucking functions.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out where that came from. Did he get too much attention as a kid? He's grown accustomed to it, or did he not get any attention from anybody? That's what he's desperately seeking. Come on, Tommy. If you want attention, get it the right way. Earn it.
I kind of believe he didn't get enough attention, and that's why he acts out the way he acts out.
Yeah, but the thing is, there's a good thing. If you want to seek attention, get the right kind of attention. Get the good attention, the respectful attention, Do something respectful. Do something good, We have yet to see Tommy do that other than this working out that he's doing.
I like Tommy.
Yeah. You heard about that? Tommy's finally going to the gym and working out.
Yeah, I heard he's trying to drop a couple pounds. His brother's working him out, I heard.
Yeah, that's what's one good thing because remember see him in that green suit on Joe's program that one time?
Oh,
yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
Like a leprechaun.
Yeah, he looked like a green booger coming out of someone's nose.
Greenie. The greenie.
Big green. Yeah, big greenie. And all things, he dances to Nickelback.
Hell yeah.
And now here's the thing. Tommy also needs to upgrade his musical choices because, he listens to Nickelback, Lady Gaga, and Madonna. It's like, Tommy, Nickelback is not rock and roll to me.
Like a virgin. For the very first time. Like a virgin.
Listen to some fucking Judas Priest, dude. Judas Priest will get you laid.
Tommy don't know who the fuck Judas Priest is. Come on, Brown.
Yeah, but he needs to learn. That's what I'm here for. But sadly, he won't. He hates my guts because I'm considered competition for him.
Well, you actually make people with autism look good, and Tommy makes people with autism look fucking stupid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Fucking, it's
crazy,
many
people. There was this one program there was one moment on Monetize This, one episode where some guy with autism talked about how they bust his ass, they work their asses off, but yet Tommy comes out there acting all entitled and shit, you know. And Joe Cronin even said, you know, I brought that up a couple of times in the past, you know.
Right.
Yeah,
Right. Right. Yeah. You know, I'm not really too much into monetize this no more.
I
So
know. Yeah, so you kind of like drifted away from the JCS realm, I heard.
yeah, I had to do what I had to do.
Was it because him having Scott on this program?
Uh, it was many things, but I felt one of the biggest things was that
The wheel.
The wheel. Oh yeah.
well, okay. See, I'm gonna say it's 50. Here's the first part of really what pissed me off.
Mm-hmm.
Since you brought it up, I guess we'll get into it a little bit.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
That he made $750 fucking dollars off of fucking that wheel, off of
Wow.
burning me. You know what
Wow.
I'm saying?
Yes.
So I felt like the right thing to do would maybe have kicked me a couple $100. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you make that kind of money, you fucking get me rolled out of there for 2 years. Kick a guy a couple $100. Show some gratitude. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I mean, if I'm such a loyal, I've been such a loyal Patreon, and you want to hug me and all this shit and da da da, fucking, you know, where's your sense of fucking right and wrong?
Mm-hmm.
I just like think like somebody like that is real fucking greedy,
Wow.
if you ask me, and that's fucked. You know what I'm saying? I was a Patreon for over 2 fucking years. I did a lot. We all know I probably called in like 100 fucking times or something like that. I lost track. You know what I mean?
Yes, I remember.
You know, I feel like I was ended up being a pretty big part of monetize this. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And now he lost that. You know what I
Wow.
mean? That shit's over. I don't care about being banned. I don't give a shit.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to fucking have nothing to do with the guy.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And here's the second part.
Hey, I got some. I lost my love and feeling. Oh, that love and feeling.
Yeah.
I lost my love and feeling.
It's true.
Going down,
That's true.
down. I'm sorry about that.
No, that's true.
It sounded like that, man. I lost the love and feeling, baby.
And I feel like the second part was all he did was do damage to Real as Fuck TV.
Oh wow.
I feel like he fucking did nothing but want to try to keep us down. And fucking after a while, it just fucking wore on me.
He was just talking shit all the time about it.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
Running us in the dirt.
Exactly. And I just had enough. I mean, the guy can apologize all he wants, but the proof is in your action. And his actions fucking are what they are. They're trash. You know? If you you know, yeah, I was under the delusion that I thought he was my friend, and he never was. He was an associate. You know what I'm saying? And that's partly my fault for being naive, I guess.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? So it was a learning experience. Shit happens. You know, life goes on. You know, we got fucking our 1-year anniversary coming up of Real as Fuck TV, January 9th. That'll be our 1-year show. You know.
Nice. Yeah. Glad to hear that.
You know, we've been doing this damn thing for a year, and me and Silverwall, we're gonna do this thing till we got a fucking heartbeat. You know what I mean? As long as we got a heartbeat, this shit ain't gonna stop.
You're gonna have to wheelie up to the mic.
Yeah, yeah. Even if I'm crippled and I'm in the fucking stuck in a wheelchair, fucking Silverwall will wheel me into the Legends Lounge and away we go. Fuck it, you know?
Woo! Yeah.
We love coming on and then trying to entertain people and have fun. I mean, what the fuck? That's what this is always been about. It ain't been about anything else, you know?
Uh-huh.
There ain't a fucking false narrative or whatever the fuck you want to call it. You know? It is what it is. Me and Silver, we love doing this shit, and we love having people like you, Dr. Brown, who fucking support us.
All right,
You know,
thank you. Appreciate that.
that means a fucking more. It means more than you could imagine, Dr. Brown.
I
You know,
appreciate it. Thank you.
because we don't have a ton of support. Let's be honest. You know, I'm keeping it real as fuck right now. We got a little bit of support, and and we appreciate every bit of it. You know.
Mm-hmm. I do. I appreciate your acknowledgement. I tried, reach out to other YouTubers as well, and there was a couple times. I was also looking into getting involved with other YouTubers outside, like say the Kerry Show and the Keemstar. I would like to know when Keemstar does his live stream, so I can call in and say hi if he has his
Uh,
program set up like that.
I'm gonna be honest. It's almost next to impossible to get to talk to Keemstar.
All right, because he's
He
that
he
huge.
he thinks he's above it. You
Oh.
know. You know what I'm saying? He thinks he's above everybody. Like
Oh.
he has friends like Only Use Me Blade, and that Only Use Me Blade's got like 600,000 subs. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
Keemstar looks down on everybody pretty much,
Mm-hmm. Ah.
unless you're somebody big. You know, then you get his attention. If you're making waves on YouTube or whatever, then it's a different story. Then he'll start doing drama alert, you know, and
Oh
then you'll
yeah.
be in the drama alert and he'll talk about you, you
Ah.
know. But it's Keemstar's a weird motherfucker, man. I mean, he goes way back though. You know, I don't know if you know anything. Probably don't, but about
Mm-hmm.
Battle Cam. You ever heard of Battle Cam?
Battle Cam. I don't think I have. No.
He used to be called DJ Keemstar way back in the day. That's what he was originally came out as. And you know, he made his way through there, through fucking through that
Mm-hmm.
through the battle cam, and that's where he originated from.
Ah.
There's a lot of guys that are on YouTube that fucking came from battle cam,
Mm-hmm.
actually, like Shoe Nice.
Yes, I heard
Shoe Nice
about him.
Shoe Nice was another guy that came from battle cam too. I don't
I
know
see.
if you've ever heard of Billy the Fridge.
I heard his name a couple times there. Yeah, another YouTuber. I take it.
Hmm.
Hmm.
But
There are
he's a
YouTubers.
rapper. He's a rapper too.
All
Yeah,
right.
he actually has Billy the Fridge actually has music on Pandora.
Ah.
He's so you know he's done something, you know, but and he's another guy too. Like I said, he came from Battle Cam. A lot of these people, man, they've been around the internet for a while. They're not new. They might be new to YouTube or whatever, but they've been going at it for a long time. You know what I
Ah.
mean?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Battle Cam, all that really was like they call it the main.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
If you go on the main, and you just battle somebody, you know, you talk as much shit as you fucking can, and then they vote and they give you points, and
Mm-hmm.
then whoever wins it is the winner on that main. You stay on the main, and then you go and you battle the next person,
Mm-hmm.
and you just keep trying to go, and that's how battle cam kind of works,
Oh
you
wow.
know.
So basically, you battle out verbally like a rap battle, which is without the beats and rhymes.
Hmm. Yeah, and you can go on, you talk all the mad shit you want, you know, and do what you want. It's it's back up and running. Trump shut them down, but now Battle Cam's up. I mean, I got a Battle Cam account,
Ah.
but I haven't went on the main yet and battled or anything like that. But I've mentioned this shit to Silver Roll that I'd like to do it
Mm-hmm.
sometime.
Yep.
Um,
We talked about it a few times.
the thing about it is there's this. I don't know if you heard of Elkie David.
No, I'm sorry, I haven't. No.
Well, he's the founder of Battle Cam, and he's a fucking sick fuck, dude.
Wow.
He This is how this guy was. He was married and had a kid with a hot ass chick, right? Elkie
Uh huh.
Davis.
Yes.
And then a couple years later, he's laying in bed with some dude. He fucking flipped and fucking went the other way, man. He's a sick fucker, dude. You don't want to know that guy. I'm gonna tell you that stay the fuck away from Elkie fucking David.
Most, most likely, most likely, I'll probably forget his damn name at the end of this broadcast here.
Well,
I know I'm bad with names too.
unfortunately, I've researched a lot of that shit too. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So that's how I found a lot of these people that are on YouTube that came from Battle Camp.
Uh-huh.
You know?
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Just giving you some insight. Like I said, like DJ Keemstar. That's what he originally was.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you ever heard him that clip where he's saying the N word?
No, I haven't. No.
Yeah. Well, he got swatted when he was on Battle Cam,
Ah.
and he's there's a clip of him saying the N word about 5 or 6 times.
Oh, damn. And did he get taken down from YouTube for using that word?
Nah, the video's still up there of
Oh,
it.
wow.
But that originated from Battle Cam. That's when that happened, and it got uploaded onto YouTube.
I see. So
So
this is probably before I joined YouTube because didn't become a YouTube personality until about 2017 with the introduction to Foul Mouths Network, Super Ugly Show, and then later on Joe Cronin and everybody else. You know.
mm, mm.
So
Well,
so
but
basically, I've been in this thing for about 3 years exactly. Basically.
so you're still kind of pretty new.
Yeah, and the time years wise, I pretty am. I know Cronin has said like I'm kind of like I've been here for a long time. Basically as Mars Mirror, I actually said it as well when I called in on his show. When his show streamed with your show, when I was on, we were discussing the audio clip of Scott chewing out Bex that one time.
Oh, you know what? I still have them.
I know, yeah,
I still, even though that episode got lost, I still have them clips. So
yeah.
they haven't gone anywhere.
That was episode 42, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. Any word on that? How that's coming along? Did the boys at YouTube finally started to hear your case on that?
You know what? I went down the proper route through the YouTube policy shit with
Mm-hmm.
the right people,
Yes.
and I'm still in the middle of fucking battling with it.
Wow.
And I'm trying. I'm not letting it go. I'm gonna keep fighting it. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get that episode back because fucking it was bullshit.
I
It was
know.
fair. It was fair content. You know
Yeah,
what
it
I mean?
was. It was. Yeah. It was so basically, it had a purpose. I mean, like here was
Hmm.
Scott. Here was Cake Boy. Going after one of his supporters all over the phone. Just for talking to you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
the
yeah.
clip. But the clip, by the way, was later was redubbed. Actually, basically, it was made more listenable because you recorded it off the phone and you played it on the mic. I guess, right?
Yeah, yeah, but I had it playing through my speaker.
Yeah. And by the way, folks, it's on the Mars Mirror channel. Basically, it's
Oh,
very
fuck
upset.
them.
Yeah, it's on. It's very hearing. Yeah, it's very, but it is upsetting to listen to when you think about it because that shows the characteristics of the abusive son of a bitch.
Yeah, yeah. We had a little internet issue last week, so we couldn't do a show.
Ah. Mm-hmm.
And I had some serious shit planned for the drama club over there,
Ah. I see.
and, and that shit's still gonna go on. So I haven't changed my mind about how I fucking feel and what I plan on doing. So.
All right. Towards Drama Club and Mars and all those guys.
And dude, them motherfucking flip floppers, dude, they make me sick to my stomach, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking, you know, and who know? My opinion is, I give it a month or two, and some shit's gonna happen over there, and they're gonna start eating each other up like they have in the past.
Oh wow.
And then the next thing you know, Mars Mirror will disappear for a while. He'll delete his channel like he has in the past.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? He's already proven that when the fire's too hot for him, he tucks his tail and he runs.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I know. Yeah, I know. I was going to say this. Excuse me. I mentioned all the times, Scott and YR called me many times, asking me, to be a part of that program a couple times. I admit I was almost tempted to call in on that show one time, one Sunday night, but I decided not to because, because Scott's been pretty mad at me because of the statements I made about choking the shit out of YR. Who by the way, I believe is behind a couple of fake ass accounts with my name in it.
Oh, a couple? I bet you he's behind about 10 fucking fake ass accounts with your name.
Here's but see what you think of this. There are two accounts that one of them was on Mars's show last night. One's called Dr. Earl's Infected Foot.
Yeah,
And the
I
other,
saw that one. I saw
yeah,
that fucking account when they were talking about, can you help? Can you fix my foot or something like that? My foot.
that was probably YR. It's definitely YR. And then also YR, you have this another account name called
T-
Dr. Brown's AR-15.
T- Tiki of Doom is asking if I'm a liberal. What the fuck, man? Dude, I'm a free thinking person. You know what I mean?
You're independent. You're
Yeah,
independent, yes.
yeah, fuck yeah, man. I'm whatever.
Same
Fucking,
here, man.
I'm not in no fucking category. Fuck that shit.
You're in
Basically,
the Mongoloid.
Yeah, I'm a
category,
mongoloid. Remember?
Mongoloid party.
I'm a mongoloid. You ever heard of that category before? I'm a mongoloid, motherfucker. Uh, but
I'm thinking about the Devo song right now, that particular title.
I know a whip it. Whip
Yeah,
it
but
good.
no, this is a song called Mongoloid by Devo. It's from their first record from 1978.
I never heard
Oh,
that
really?
song.
Oh, wow.
I would play it.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, type it on YouTube. They should have different versions of it, that studio and live versions of it. That's when that word started getting used. I believe it was Cunny Chris who started using it on you that one time. That's the first thing that came to my mind was that song.
I never knew that Devo did that.
Yeah,
Never
yeah,
knew that.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah. Remember the album "Are We Not Men? We Are Devo"?
Yeah.
The one with Jocko Homo on it. Are we not men? We are Devo. That's
That's
where
the one.
that's
That's
the
the
album
one where
that.
they're wearing the weird fucking hats on it, right?
Well, that was before. This is before they were wearing those flower pots or energy
Okay.
domes, as they call it.
Okay.
They didn't start that until 1980. The flower
Okay.
pots. That's when that song became "Whip It" came out.
Okay. Whip it real good. I gotcha.
Yeah. All right. So what do you think when you walk into I know it. I know it. Excuse me. So I was wanting to ask. Well, let me go through my thoughts. So, what are your thoughts on this one YouTuber that I did a couple videos on, and along with everybody else on this guy, Onision?
He's a jackass, man.
I've never heard of him.
That
Be glad.
mother. He's sitting there
Yeah.
He's sitting there bitching about how I had to sell one of my cars and I got to sell one of my houses. Like, come on, fuck you, dude. Really? It's really. Oh, you got fucking cars and two houses and shit. Oh boy, you got to fucking sell one. How can you fucking feel bad for the dude? You still got a nice car, still got a house. You know what I'm saying?
I'm looking at all the stuff I've been hearing about him with him grooming young underage girls and stuff like that.
Oh well, I'm gonna tell you this much. That's old news to me. I know what he's had his girlfriend on there, and I think he met her when she was underage.
Yeah,
You know
Shiloh.
what I'm saying?
That's it. Yeah,
Yeah,
Shiloh from Canada. Because I
yeah.
found it. I just found out about all this a couple of months back. I was like, holy shit. Me and my ex-girlfriend used to watch him on YouTube when she lived in Lincoln Park, Michigan, many times. I would come and visit her when I had the chance, or when the weekend, let me, if I wasn't working at my job when I was living in the area that I was living in. And we would watch him. We would watch Shane Dawson's earlier work. We would love that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, now we kind of fell out of it. And then surprised he was still making videos. And I find out all this shit coming up. But the thing that gets me buzzed is the fact that he's portraying like he's living in a tent. He's living in his car. He's homeless. He's staying in a motel. He's staying at this
Yeah.
place. But here's the thing: if he's living in all those places, how is he able to charge his phone to keep making these dumb videos of him breaking down and losing his shit?
Yeah, it's a fucking act.
Exactly. To gain sympathy and sorry, homie, it's not working. It's not working.
Well, I'm sure there's a lot of trolls that are fucking probably heavily attacking Onision right now.
Oh yeah, right now you look at I've checked his YouTube page and his Facebook page, and all the comments regarding those all those subjects are just outstanding. Outstanding. In 20 of his videos, the comments are turned off, because he knows the kind of flack he's going to get,
Yeah, yeah, and he deserves every bit of it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Basically, I'm kind of pissed off at him and myself because, come on, you're like, with all the actions he's done, regarding, he had his wife, first wife used to be part of his videos. Then he divorces her to take up with
Yep,
this underage girl from
yep,
Canada, a singer from
yep,
Canada, that is. And then all of a sudden, there was this one clip of her having this mental breakdown in bot on the shower floor. But instead of helping his love, he videotapes it and then uploads it. What kind of
yep,
a low life is that?
yeah. And like I said, that's not he's. There's been multiple underage girls at his house on stream.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
and he's supposed to be involved with this person named Kai who was female to male transgender. I was like, what the fuck, Well, of course he said he's bisexual, along with Shane Dawson, but what the fuck, The crazy shit they were doing, I later heard out about. I mean, you watch Chris Hansen's YouTube channel; they've been on his ass so as of late, on Onision's that is. They've been talking to all the people who have been involved with him, some of his victims, Shiloh included, including this other lady whose name I cannot pronounce. So it's like, holy shit, this guy's a son of a bitch, isn't he?
So Chris Hansen's or Onision's caught in Chris Hansen's radar, huh?
Yes, he has. He's and when
Wow.
everybody knows that when you're investigated by Mr. Chris Hansen, you're himself, you're in big trouble.
Yeah, I know that.
Blade.
Yeah, only use me Blade. He went on Chris Hansen's show and and explained everything.
Who,
Tried to
Onision?
anyway.
No,
No,
you
no,
won't. You
no,
won't. No.
no,
Oh,
no, no, no. Only
somebody
use
else.
me
Okay.
Blade. Only use
Oh.
me Blade.
Oh.
He
Okay.
went on Chris Hansen's show and was trying to explain himself.
Mhm.
But the problem was there's this video
Mhm.
of him in the back of this RV and he's humping something. And
Mhm.
there's this chick back there and I can't remember her name right now.
Mhm.
And she supposedly said that,
Gucci.
yeah, Gucci's, that's it. And she said, that Blade raped her. You
Mhm.
know what I'm
Wow.
saying?
Wow.
So she ends up going to the Colorado. I can't remember what police station in Colorado. And she goes and she ends up filing rape charges or whatever on him. But it's like she waits like 4 days to go and do it. You know what I'm
Wow.
saying?
Yeah. Mhm.
So then, Chris Hansen picks up on it and is
Mhm.
like, explain this, explain this. And he's like, no, that's not what was going on at all. It was just a joke. I had my clothes on the whole
Mhm.
time. That's what Blade tried to say,
Mhm.
you know?
Yeah.
But so I'm not sure how that case has turned out. What's the ending on it yet? I don't know, you know? But yeah, Chris Hansen picked up on that. And then another thing, too, with Chris
Mhm.
Hansen
Yes.
was Ice Poseidon was over in Europe, okay?
Mhm.
And Ice Poseidon and Chris Hansen, they had set up a meeting to meet with each other. Well, Ice Poseidon ended up dusting him, said, fuck you, basically, and ended up not showing up to meet Chris Hansen.
Oh, really?
So Chris Hansen, he wanted to talk to Ice Poseidon about some shit, too.
Mhm.
What about some his shady done?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, like he wanted to investigate him and shit, like on some underage shit, I guess, supposedly.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it just seemed like he was on some bullshit because
After the CX?
yeah, I mean Ice Poseidon, he fucking moved out. He's actually in Texas where you are.
Oh, really? Which part?
Ah, fucking Austin.
Oh, well, I don't live that area near that area, so I'm safe there.
You're safe.
Yeah.
I mean, he goes out and he's still doing IRL. You know, he's out doing the live streams, but he's doing desktop streams too.
I see.
You know, and plus he's streaming over on fucking Mixer now,
Ah,
which sucks. Fuck Mixer. I don't like Mixer. I'm not a fan of it. I don't know if you ever heard of it or not.
no, I haven't really.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. Mixer seems like it's like more of an app for fucking gaming shit. More, you know, like gamers love that shit.
Mm,
You know, it's like, but that's what Twitch is for.
I see.
You know.
You know, I haven't been on Twitch in a long, long while. There, when you come to think of it, I would try to get on there, but I have to probably have to go through a new password and all that bullshit, and just wanted to go through that again.
Yeah, I don't fuck with Twitch too much.
No.
It's not really, you know, basically YouTube is the biggest spot where I'm at. You know, every so often I go on Twitter. That's mostly it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I stay away from a lot of the fucking shit. You know, I haven't been on Facebook in, 15 years almost.
Wow.
So, fuck that, you know?
Yeah.
I fucking quit Facebook, basically.
Mm.
And I'll never go back.
Yeah, it's right now. It's not a good time to be on Facebook because so many people are divided and politically wise. Basically, it's like basically if you're against a political party that they're supporting, you're considered the number one enemy in their lives. You know, but then again, I believe that's how people of this generation are taught to believe. You know.
Right.
Hmm.
Fuck yeah.
A
Yeah.
lot of people, here's the thing. I pointed this out to Joe Cronin. I pointed this out to Ken. You know, basically, a lot of the people who now work YouTube, Google, Twitter and stuff like that are probably the same kids who grew up in the 1990s. You know, believing that liberalism is the way to go, accept people regardless of their sexual orientation or their ethnic background. You know, and anybody else who questions all that is considered the enemy. You know, basically, and we all know how liberal the 1990s were altogether. You know, basically, it's all about other bracing other religions. You know, bracing everything except God and His Word and stuff like that. It's also basically about looking down on conservatism. That's what the people from that generation who moved on to this generation still believe to this very day. That's what they were put into their heads.
Right. Right. Fuck yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's a wild fucking world that we're living in, man.
it is.
I think kids nowadays, the parents are fucking scared to punish them, so they get away with all this shit and fucking.
Yeah, exactly. You know, and you can
shoot
probably,
them.
yeah, I think these dumb shrinks out there are coming up with these theories that if you hit a kid, they'll be traumatized for life. They'll become serial killers. No, no. The reason they were hit is because they did something extremely bad, and a whooping was basically the only way to teach them a lesson.
Well, yeah, it's like, fuck, I got my ass whipped quite a few times.
So did I. So did I. And a
All
lot of
three of us did.
yeah,
You know?
a lot of the times, so did I. And basically, a lot of dumb shit I did, I deserved it for because of some of the dumb shit I did. Oh man.
Right. Yeah. We're all in the same boat on that.
Yeah.
You know, kids are kids.
You know,
You know what I
basically,
mean?
it wasn't like nowadays if a kid puts their hand on the grill on the stove or something like that, and most of the parents be like, "Oh, come here, poor baby." But our parents were like, "Bet you won't do that shit again, won't you?"
Right. You know, it's funny that you talk about that because with Adrian Peterson,
Hmm.
you know, remember he beat his kid twice with a fucking stick. You know what I mean?
Really?
A
Yeah.
switch. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't learn. It wasn't. He took a lot of fucking heat the first time he did it,
Wow.
and then he ended up doing it again. You know what I mean? And it's like Peterson is old school. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what he learned as a kid, so he was applying that same kind of discipline to his kid. And I'll bet you we don't, we hear they go after this guy, but we don't know out the situation with the kid. He probably was doing some crazy shit that probably earned him that ass whooping, basically.
I'm wondering how many of these kids that fucking go and kill people in the schools and shit, how many of them actually got their asses spanked? I bet you none of them.
None of them. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
because
tend to
they end up
agree with
killing
that.
themselves afterwards.
Because it's like the whole thing is when I was in school, they didn't have fucking that shit going on back in the fucking 80s and 90s and shit, you know?
Uh,
'Cause I graduated in 91.
Yeah, I graduated in '85, basically. Yeah, I think what it is that so many. Here's my theory on that subject. Since this past year was the 20th anniversary of the Columbine shootings in Littleton, Colorado, Columbine High School, and I'm speaking of. I think what it is that a lot of the kids out there who are being bullied see no other option because in the back of their mind they want to get rid of this situation now. They want to take care of this now because don't wait till later because because in their minds they're thinking it's going to continue, it's going to go on and on and on and on. And basically, they have it in their heads that they must get even. They must make the world pay. They want to make everybody else suffers. Basically, it's their way of sending a message saying, don't fuck with me no more, or this will be the outcome. But when they got time that they complete that task, they realize what they've done, and they realize they're going to get their asses tossed behind bars for life. They're going to get raped in the showers, fucked in the ass, and they're by their cellmates. So they have and they're going to be looked down by their friends and family
You'll
for what they
find those
did.
for.
So they have no choice but to to kill themselves in the end.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
rather than spend the rest of their lives in behind bars. Who wants that? And for what
Yeah,
I
but I
understand,
mean, it's like, fucking bullying's been going on since fucking schools began.
yeah, that's true.
I
It's
mean,
how
like
you
me and
handle it.
you graduated in 85, I graduated in 91. We didn't see, people that were getting bullied and going out and killing fucking 50 people at a school.
I know. I think what it
What the
is,
hell changed? What changed that? That's what fucks my head up. It's like, all of a sudden it just started rolling like some kind of like fucking mental thing went on or something.
I know. I guess some people got to the point. Some kids, got to the point where they just couldn't handle it no more and didn't see no other option, just to pick up a gun and start shooting, blasting people's heads off.
Well, shit, when I was a kid, my dad had fucking 5 rifles fucking right, hanging on the wall. I
Yeah.
mean, I never thought once of taking a gun. I mean, I got picked on a lot. I used my fists and I fought back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what kids need to start using. Need to fight back. That's why I kept telling Erotic Kitty, which we'll get into later on, fight back with your fists or better yet, with your words. Say, take for example, Phil the Mouth Gaber tells me to go fuck your mother. I would say something like, can I fuck yours instead? I heard her pussy's a lot more tighter and wetter.
I heard she can suck a golf ball through a garden hose.
Yeah, 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 something like that. Fight back with your fists and with your words. That's the better way. That option. That's our PSA for the moment for today, kids. Only use the gun when you absolutely need to do it. Use it for protection only. That's gun control right there, folks.
Well, yeah, I mean, I've been thinking about that for years. Like, why all of a sudden you have all these mass murders, in the schools, and it never happened. I mean, for like 70, 100 years before that. I mean, shit, people had rifles hanging on their walls all over the country.
Because these liberal activists, they got this. I think they got the idea that they probably grew up in some area, like some ghetto area, where they see a lot of gunfire going off. I know Senator Diane Frankenstein, as I call her, because that's what she fucking looks like. You know, she basically, yeah, Diane Feinstein or Frankenstein, as I mentioned, as I call her. She said that it's some testimony that she grew up in an area where there was lots of gunfire. She grew up seeing people get shot in this. And when you grow up in seeing that a lot of times, that's gonna fuck your head up.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, for instance, another example, Batman. Yeah, it's like when Bruce Wayne was a little kid, he saw his parents get shot by a gun. That's why we have yet to see him use any gun, let alone a rifle or a bolt or a cannon or something like that. There was one moment in the comics that I saw on Facebook of him going after some guy. Don't you ever point a gun at me ever again. So most likely Batman himself is probably not for gunplay, basically, because of what happened to what he saw as a little kid. I mean, when you see your parents get killed at that age, that's going to really fuck your head up, basically.
Mm-hmm. Fuck yeah, it would.
Yeah,
Of course it
basically.
would.
Yeah. So basically, what it is that they got the idea that coming from what they see, all the people getting killed, all the drive-bys, from the early '90s, all the these rappers talked about during that gangster rap era. Hearing all the stories that go on in Compton, California, or in the inner cities like Chicago, Detroit, L.A. and
Yeah.
stuff like that, or New York
Yeah.
City. They probably it's going to affect their heads, and that's where they got the idea for gun control. But here's to the point, if you're going to take away all the guns, it's going to use other methods to kill people, whether it's knives, machetes, tire irons, billy clubs,
Baseball bats. Fuck.
Yep.
A lot, a lot of guns,
Screwdrivers.
a lot of guns and gangs in Salt Lake City too.
Exactly.
That's another big city where
Fucking
that
butter
shit.
knife.
Butter knife.
Screwdrivers. They could
Pencil.
use jab that into someone's back real hard, and that could kill someone.
Oh yeah. Shank them.
Yeah, no matter what, anything can be used as a weapon, especially in some of these prisons I read and saw in the documentary. But basically the thing is, my suggestion is now keep in mind, I am for the Second Amendment, but the best way to have gun control is to know when and when not to use that gun. Only use it as a means of protection. Bottom line, that's gun control right there, folks.
Hey,
Second PSA for the knife.
you ever watched that or seen that series on A&E called 60 Days In?
No, I haven't. It's a prison documentary. I take it.
It's a jail. It's about this jail, and they put fucking regular people, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they sign up who haven't committed no crimes,
Mm-hmm.
and they put them in there, and they're in there serving time just like everybody else would be.
For 60
But
days.
yep, and they're in there, and they got to stay undercover, right?
Yes.
And they put cameras all over inside of it. They even got motion detector cameras inside of the fucking jail. You know what I mean? Like it
Yes.
almost seems like it's fucking fake. Like, but
Kind of like a reality show competition when you think about it.
there's times where you're like, because what would go on is fucking like 8 guys would beat the living dog shit out of one dude, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And fucking the guards would never come in. They just fucking let it happen. Like, and they know, I know motherfucking people are watching. And they
Mm-hmm.
would just let them beat the dog shit out of somebody, and fucking the guards would not come in. And they said this is part of the corruption and shit that's going on in there, and that's why they got these people signed up to try to figure it out. I mean, these fucking guys are in there fucking smoking joints and doing crack, and fucking drug deals are going on left and right, and fucking it's like it was almost like the fucking producers at A&E said, "Here you go. Here's all the drugs.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking, we're just gonna let you guys do what you want." To me, I to this day I still don't know if this shit is fake or not. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's confusing fucking to me. You know, and then like at the end when they get released, like the people that were really in there, like one of them was like, "Yeah, I know you're a cop or whatever." You know what I mean? At the end, they're telling the one guy that. So it's almost like, what? Are the fucking people incarcerated in on it too? You know what? It's like they're all in on it, but I don't know. There's girls and there's guys, and and they got like fake names that they use, and they use fake crimes, obviously. you know, and they got to remember their script and what they're in there for, and then sometimes they kind of slip up. You know what I'm saying? They accidentally make mistakes, and then they got like a code where if they feel like they're fucking threatened, they have like a sign where they're like move their shoulder around, pretend like their shoulder is sore. You know what I'm saying? And
Yes.
they'll be looking right at the camera, and then they start doing that, and the producers and shit know that that's the sign to come in because they don't feel safe. Well, there's times in it where fucking they won't come in.
Wow.
So then all of a sudden they do stupid shit like a guard will call one of the people in on it, right? And then they'll give them a note, and it'll tell them to call this number. Well, and then they get on the phone and they're calling the fucking producer, and they're asking what's going on. You know what I'm saying? It's just like people ain't that fucking naive, man. No fucking way, dude. Them people in there doing the time. To me, I think it was all like just the fucking people getting paid left and right. You know what I'm saying? It just didn't. At times it seemed real, but a lot of it was just fucking weird, man. You know?
Wow, that is something. That
It's
probably a show that show needs to be looked in on, I guess, pretty soon.
it's fucking interesting. I'll tell you that.
It is.
But neither of you guys ever heard of that one, huh?
No,
No,
I never really watched television much because of my work schedule. Basically, the only way I come home is usually sometimes I don't know if basically the only thing I ever watched recently basically was either Live PD or the other or their offshoots or whether it's there was this one show I remember seeing on the former Spike Network called I think it was called Jail.
I've never heard of that one.
Oh, it was basically kind of like Cops, basically. What it is basically it shows the process of people they go to different jails, whether it's in Texas, Vegas, and basically what they do
Oh
they bring
yeah. Okay, okay, I
yes,
know what you're talking about now.
yeah, see how the
It
people
shows them being booked in and shit.
yep, all the process shows them being having issues, you can't go to try to be defiant and all that stuff, being resistant and all that.
Yeah, I remember that. Now that you talk about it,
I
I
kind
do
of
remember
miss that.
that.
I kind of miss that show. That was fun to watch at times.
You know what else I was gonna say too is fucking how many seasons was fucking Cops at?
I don't know how many. How do you think? How
I
many do you
think they're
think?
over. I think they're over fucking 30 seasons in.
Well, well,
You
I
know,
don't. I can't
they've
really
been
blame
around
them.
for a long time,
Actually,
man.
well, probably that's been a lot more than one of the greatest reality shows ever. Prior to all the Real World and all these other shows that MTV, VH1 never start putting out.
Cops seem to kind of open the door for the reality shit. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? It kind of was the originator.
yeah.
You know
And
what
what
I
it,
mean?
and it's basically what's even more interesting is Cops is still more interesting to this day than the other reality shows that are out there now.
Yeah, like the live PD, it's okay,
Which, by
but
the way, is not really live because you notice it's they showed this they aired it. Excuse me. The program airs at nighttime, but yet they're showing clips that was filmed earlier that day, so it's not really full
yeah,
live, basically.
yeah, they're claiming it's live, but they're playing pre-recorded shit.
Yeah. Because
Definitely.
they got cops on the 20 recording 24/7, and now they got these offshoot programs called Police Patrol and Body Cam, basically showing what goes on from the body cam that the cops wear at times, the dash cam and stuff. But yeah, we can't help it. The reason why those shows are big is because it shows what the real cops go through on a daily, almost on a daily basis.
Right.
You know, and plus it's outright fucking interesting. It's so interesting to watch.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't fucking even have cable or nothing like that. What I see,
We
I
do.
usually get it off of YouTube or whatever. You
Right.
know what I
We
mean?
have cable. We don't, but I just don't really watch TV that much.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you on that.
I gotta tell you the story. I documented this on my channel. This is about a couple years back. I was walking when we was living in the other area that we was living in. I was walking home from a shopping center. Basically a shop that I could easily walk to. I had a couple snacks in my hand, and I saw this big, it's like a big plastic container or something. I was sitting by a stop sign by a intersection. I take a look in it. There was all these empty shells, boxes of bullets. I'm like, what the fuck? And so what I did is,
Crazy.
I know. So what I did is I recorded it. I filmed some of it. So I stopped that. I called the cops. Waited till a cop car shows up. And basically had to wait a long while because it was freezing cold out there. My hands was like almost near frostbitten by the time I was waiting because I was an idiot. I forgot my gloves. Basically, a cop car shows up, I had to give him the details, and then he thanks me for his service, letting him know about this because it was between this intersection where a elementary school and a shopping center where this was located. So if anybody saw that, the level of concern is going to go way up.
Right.
So
Fuck yeah.
basically, I kind of like did my good deed for that day. Basically.
You know what? I was thinking about that when that shit happened to you, and that cop was doing that wellness check on you.
Yeah, and monetize
Oh,
it says
dude, that was
230,
fucking so
230.
funny,
I
man.
know. Some
That was-
people, somebody, when TSS2 put together that compilation of Joe Cronin moments from this past year, somebody who wrote in the comment section, I'm surprised Dr. Earl getting stopped by the cops and make the list.
It should have, because
I
that was
know.
it was. I mean, I felt bad for you, but I'm just like watching this shit, and I'm like, man, I can't even believe this.
Is that thing that skit we heard when he's like running away from the cops and
Well, yeah, Connie.
Connie Chris, he did that thing, basically basic on that. That show I did with Erotic Kitty, on my channel a couple of months back, basically
Yeah,
he took some snippets of that, made it to a whole skit. It was fucking funny as hell.
at the end, you get gunned down.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck, man?
are you
And
ready
wouldn't you?
for you?
All you hear is fucking rounds getting popped off.
I like when Brown disses the cop.
Oh gosh. It should have went for the insipid of me yelling at Tommy that other time saying "fuck you" with a broomstick. You know.
Oh,
Yeah, Tommy, he's not a big fan of yours, is he?
Nope. No, he has me blocked on the Twitter.
Yeah. Well, we all know where me and Tommy stand, but
Yeah.
well, like I said,
Here's
hopefully we'll have Bill Fenton on Thursday night, and
yeah.
we can fucking really get some good shit out.
All right, definitely. Come to think of it, I think I had Thursday off.
Well,
Definitely.
you know what we'll be doing.
Yes, I'll definitely call in on that night as well because I'm willing to ask some questions myself about, as I mentioned earlier, where he gets this idea that he's above everybody else. I understand. Arrogance is a trait of autism, but come on, Tommy, don't take it to the. How many levels are going to take it?
Yeah, we'll definitely be answering questions in the chat too if we get Bill on. We'll definitely be rolling it.
I hope so. Mr. Fitton, definitely come on and explain your son boy's actions there, because we need to know.
Yeah, and we'll definitely have the Skype open and the phone number going, and I'm sure there might be a lot of people that want to talk to Tommy's dad, huh?
Oh yeah. So, yeah, and by the way, speaking of Tommy's so-and-so, who is the ghost of Tommy's barber that's in your Skype chat there,
Uh, that's Bill Fenton.
Bill Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah. I was texting him earlier on Skype, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna call in."
All right, cool.
I'm gonna call in Thursday night, and I said, "All right, dude. I'm gonna make sure I talk to him a little bit before that.
All right,
So I
definitely.
try and get shit lined up a little better. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Get the details ironed out. Cause he's tried calling a few times and fucking. He was when we were streaming for 6 days straight, recording all of our shit. There was
Yes.
about 3 or 4 different times where he wanted to call in, where he tried calling in, but nobody was in the Legends Lounge, so nobody knew that he was trying to call.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean? Because we would come in here like every 12 hours and start up a new one, another part.
Okay.
But we didn't actually sit here in the Legends Lounge for fucking 6 days straight.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
I see. Speaking of Roddy Kitty, I want to go back to that show there. Here's a funny thing. After that skit that Connie Chris put together, Karate Kid messaged me on Skype, saying she's kind of upset, she's butthurt over it. I said, well, we had an interesting chat when I got home later on. She's like, she was upset. I was telling her, well, you should have called in and explained yourself because they were making it out like she was drunk off her ass when she said she wasn't. Basically, she had a cold, she was on some medication and stuff. Well, you need to let Chris, Ken, and everybody else know that. But yet she was afraid to call in, because she knew Filthy was gonna ream in on her, basically, joke-wise.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because you know how Filthy is. He'll come back with whatever crazy shit he could think of.
Fuck yeah, fucking gamer. He'll go there, man.
Yeah, because he will tear your ass apart. Remember, when we were talking about that. What was that thing you mentioned about traded insults? Put Filthy in there, he'd be a Grant 20-time champion.
Yeah, he's gonna be on a roast soon.
Yep. I'm looking forward to that too.
So everyone's going to roast Filthy, basically.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be fucking hilarious.
Oh, man. Oh, shit. They're going to have to come up with some real monster shit, to outwit his shit, basically.
Oh yeah, yeah. Gamer's a fucking witty motherfucker, man.
Yeah, he is. Anyways, back to Erotic Kitty. She admitted that she was afraid to call in, because, basically what I said about filthy going on her. And basically, when you think about it, she's always butthurt over something.
Yep.
She's like, basically.
I thought you two were pretty cool.
Well, we are pretty cool, but the thing is, the problem is, my issue with her is that I tell her many times, to fight back against YR, fight back against Scott, but
Yeah.
all she does is, basically give me a sob story after one another. Understand my daughter's going through this, my husband is sick, I'm feeling sick, I had to end up in the hospital. It's like Jesus Christ. The other time when we were on the Skype call watching Monetize This, she's like, oh, really, Billy, Ricky, did you have to say that, And even Scott McKinnon called it on that one, the Sunday night show on Mars's channel. She's said someone in the chat said something about, involving Jake DeMarco and Joe's wife, Leah. And Kitty was like, that's tasteless and unrespectful. And Scott weighed in on the chat and said, Roddy Kitty, you need to get a grip on reality, Why are you watching our show when you can't handle the heat,
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
And I cannot tell you how many times me, Bailey Smoke Rudolph, his gal pal Samantha, Alex Payne, and everybody else kept to encourage her to fight back. It's like she's ultra sensitive. Even now, you can ask Alex Payne. He even said, because on Ken's program, I mentioned him, me, Scott, Ken, and whoever, confronting Erotic Kitty or like an intervention, trying to tell her to at least man up, and Alex is like, why bother? Good luck on that.
Right.
And the thing is, I think she's one of those, instead of calling her Erotic Kitty, we should probably call her Erotic Snowflake.
Why? Because there's a different snowflake. There's not one same style snowflake.
Well, the people who are ultra sensitive, they're called snowflakes. You know that, right?
Yeah.
She fits that description well. Basically, we're trying our best, to man her up, to take a little joke now and then, Basically, a reason I'm able to handle a joke is because, basically, because of the area that I grew up in. Basically, I'm a Michigan native, We throw shit like each other all the time,
Right. Yeah, that's part of fucking YouTube is throwing the shit back and forth.
Yeah, seriously, it's fun. It's as long as it's done in a good way,
Right.
in a humorous way. If you're going after each other in real disrespectful and brutal taste, and that's when it's not fun, basically,
Yeah,
That's when it
yeah,
becomes drama, you know.
yeah. I mean, I think that shit definitely gets out of control at times.
Yeah.
But that's part of how the fuck this community is, man. And
Yeah.
whatever you want to go, I sometimes refer to it as an insane asylum, but
Hmm.
I don't know. You know,
Hmm.
that's what it reminds me of sometimes. I'm sorry, but like you you there's some crazy fucking characters in this fucking world on our that fucking have came into the community, man.
I know.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean? But I'll tell you one guy I really liked a lot. Fucking was Larry Funk.
Oh yeah. Yeah. He can't. Yeah. We need to see more of him now and then. You know.
Yeah, man. He was funny, dude. Like when I started watching Monetize This, that's when Larry Funk was on.
Yes. I remember he
And
came. Remember he came back on that one episode where me and Tommy were duking it out.
yeah, yeah, I know.
Everyone.
And
Everyone was shocked. And we were like, "Holy shit! Larry Funk is back. We miss you, man, dude."
fuck yeah, man. Like I said, that was like I feel like that's when Monetize This was in its prime, man.
Hmm.
I think that it's gone down a lot. Uh, it's not what it was. I don't think, and
Well,
I don't think it'll ever be the way it ever was.
hmm.
It'll never get back to its heyday. You
Well,
know. So I don't
sp-
think that I'm really missing that much,
yeah.
to be
Speaking of
honest.
speaking of which, going back to that the episode where I was last on, where Joe Cronin and Dave Rose had that huge blowout over discrimination of white people. Uh, do you
It,
believe that? Do you believe that Joe Cronin is discriminative towards whites?
possibly.
Because I know Dave Rose announced it on Mars's channel that he would like to challenge Joe on the debate on that particular issue.
I think he's whatever makes them more money.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. Cronin's a fucking flip flopper, man.
Hmm. Yeah.
He one week likes somebody, one week he don't. He, he'll do anything for the money. I
Hmm.
agree with you on that, Silver Roll.
Yeah.
I do agree.
Well, I mean, it is his livelihood, but
Yeah,
Yeah, but then
yeah,
again, you got to have something other than your livelihood as well. You got to have your philosophies as well. You got to have your thinking pattern, And there's something I need to touch up on, this discriminative towards white people issue. I think that was another thing that was brought on upon people during the 1990s.
hmm,
Because when you think about it, like it was all about other people's races, other people's ethnic backgrounds and stuff. And for many years, there were many people that were. We all always read about how the white man took America, this new land from the Native Americans. Basically the first lyrics of "Run to the Hills" pretty sums it up. White man came across the sea. They brought us pain and misery. They took our will. They took our game for their own need. Basically, we hear stuff.
yeah.
There's hear stories like that. We always
and
hear about.
soldiers flew in the barren ways, hunting and killing the game.
Yeah, excellent show I saw, by the way. Been back in September. I never saw that. Yeah, and
Huh.
and plus also you got to remember all the stories. The white people and the slavery issue prior to the Civil War.
Yeah.
Some people, there are some blacks out there who hold a grudge against white people for that. You always,
Yeah.
remember Malcolm X talking about the whites being the blue-eyed devil. Basically, keeping the black man down. Louis Farrakhan coming on the mic and saying it was the white man that killed Malcolm X when we know it probably wasn't true.
It was the
Bec-
government.
yeah, or one of the Nation of Islam members themselves, because back then when you basically from what I had heard, when you turn your back on Islam and when you leave it, you're marked for death.
Yeah.
Even Farrakhan even admitted it on a radio show that he one time even said it. Malcolm X was only worthy of death when he left the Nation of Islam. And how do we know? And when you think about this, how do we know it wasn't him that pulled the trigger that killed Malcolm?
Well, on the movie Malcolm X, they show a couple black guys come in and shoot him.
Yeah, exactly. And we all saw that scene, basically. And so somebody, basically, Malcolm, Mr. Louis Farrakhan is wrong for that. He just wants to set blame on the white man for this reason, for this issue, for this going on. Basically, here's something else I need to clarify that I thought was stupid. Black Lives Matter. You remember the Philadelphia riots after their home team won the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
And they rioted all over the place.
Yep.
Yeah, gosh. Remember
Yeah,
some black...
they fucked up their city, man.
Yeah, basically.
Well, Black Lives Matter stuff in Minnesota was pretty big. They stopped like all the major highways in Minneapolis.
Yeah. I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that. I was gonna go fucking try to stream that shit.
Wow.
There was what was it? They Anonymous or whatever was fucking having a gathering down at the St. Paul Capitol or whatever.
Yes.
Fucking, I went down there to fucking stream it, and fucking nobody was there. I was fucking pissed, man.
Oh, man.
Nobody fucking showed up at the state capitol, dude.
Wow.
So Saturday morning, I get up, fucking, I get down there at 9 o'clock. I had somebody with me for backup, to kind of be my eyes. I got fucking a bunch of battery packs. I got my shit. I'm ready to stream. I got my stick. I got everything I need. I got fucking food
and nobody shows up.
I brought a lunch, dude. I was planning on being there till the sun went down. Oh yeah, I even had a light with me that could run off my battery pack. Fucking, I had everything I needed, and I could stream for like 18 hours fucking straight. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Non-stop. And I brought everything. I was ready to rock and roll. Fucking nobody showed.
Oh, man.
I was like, motherfuckers, man.
Dude, you were ill
so
in there.
Bad.
You were bumming, I'll bet.
I was so fucking pissed and disappointed. I mean, I was looking so forward to that. And then nobody fucking showed up. I was like, you motherfuckers, man.
Wow.
Nobody fucking showed up.
That's crazy.
It was bullshit.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I was gung-ho for that. I was all pumped, the night before. I was like, this is going to be fucking great, Fucking probably some tear gas might get fired at me, but I don't give a fuck.
Oh, man.
I'm ready. I think I had a rag and shit to put around my face if I needed it. Fucking the only thing I didn't have was milk. I wish, because if you get tear gas or whatever, the fucking milk will help you. Put that in your eye.
Oh, boy.
You know what I mean? But yeah, I was ready to rock and roll, man.
It's kind of funny. You know what? This reminds me of this incident. I spoke about it on one of my videos. The Ku Klux Klan came to Ann Arbor, Michigan. I think it was in 95 or 96, if I remember. And basically, the whole city of Ann Arbor went completely berserk. There was the National Guard had to be called in. I guess a couple SWAT teams. A lot of crazy shit went down, because basically Ann Arbor is a pretty much liberal city,
Yeah.
But yet they were throwing tear gas. They were throwing things and such, made the national news and that, A friend of mine who went down there, he got pictures of the whole thing. He was showing us that when we got together, And a couple of days later, the Ku Klux Klan decided to go to another area in Michigan to hold a rally, and nobody showed up.
Wow.
Sure, because
That's
of
crazy.
because of the news that made in Ann Arbor. Because people watch that, they're like, what a bunch of idiots the Ann Arbor people are, basically. The Westboro Baptist Church, you heard about them? They were going to come.
No, I haven't.
No.
There's that church that's always protesting, everything in sight, whether it's a soldier's funeral, there was protesting this funeral, protesting our honored veterans if they die, They were protesting everything for that. Their pastor, one of their leaders recently died, they were going to come into the Houston area, and one of my friends was going to go down there to protest them, but she decided against it because why give these fools attention that they seek?
Right.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
So basically, that's what this town in Michigan basically did. They heard what happened in Ann Arbor, and so they're like, nope, we're not going to go down that route. We're just going to ignore them and walk away.
Mm.
Mhm. So basically, that's the
Wow.
best way to do it. Basically, all these other people are saying, "How dare you get involved with the Ku Klux Klan? How dare these people? We should kill the Ku Klux Klan." Yeah, well, basically, we remind those people about something. In the First Amendment, you have the right to peacefully organize whichever group you can, whether it's the AE, where it's the UAWs or the Boy Scouts. Because if you get rid of the KKK, you have to get rid of those other groups as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
The
true. True. True.
yeah. They have the right to form their group, even though we don't reside with their ideas. But we also have the right to not buy into their ideas, to ignore their dumbasses. We have the right
Exactly.
to ignore them. That's
Yep.
basically the better way to do it right there.
Yeah. A lot of that shit I think has government influence in it too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's fucking weird. Weird shit, man.
Hmm.
Like I say, it's a weird state of fucking the way the world is, man.
I know. Everything's gone, basically, I mentioned a couple times about the Attitude Era moving to the White House, but I think it's not just moved to the White House, it's moved into the modern mainstream realm that we're in right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because it's like you never know who's going to trust who, You never know who's your friend. You never know who's going to have your back of which. And you never
Right.
and you never know what agenda this person's going to have in the long run.
Yeah. Yeah. Fuck yeah, man. I mean, that's another thing I was gonna bring up.
Mhm.
You think, you think there's any chance in hell Trump will really actually get impeached out of the White House?
I pretty much doubt it, because it has to. It's only the House is only voted for it. But it has to go through the Senate as well. And from what I understand, the Senate is mostly Republican.
Yeah.
I mean, you also got to consider, Bill Clinton was able to finish out the rest of his second term when he got impeached.
Yeah.
And the odds was favored to him
I
because
thought,
one.
you know what though? I swear that Bill Clinton left 3 days early.
I don't recall about that.
I swore he left 3 days fucking early, but I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but I thought that he did.
I know. That's
That's,
kind of. I don't recall hearing about this until now.
yeah, I swear I read something about it that he left 3 days before his term was over.
Oh wow.
But
I have to look into that pretty soon, I guess. But
yeah, I mean, I'm not 100% on that, but I'm pretty sure what I remember reading that he did leave the White House 3 days before his term was up.
oh wow.
So you know, I'm
Mhm.
not like I say, and I'm not 100% on that, but I'm pretty sure that's what happened. You know?
Mhm. Yeah. That'll be something new for the conspiracy theorists to talk about, I guess.
Oh yeah, oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. So. I think we'll probably see Trump going for re-election this coming year.
yeah. I think in the long run, all they did is help him.
Yep,
You
exactly.
know?
That's what me and my brother-in-law were talking about. That's what Ken was talking about as well last
Yeah,
Saturday night.
yeah,
Basically, they're giving the Democrats are basically slowly giving Trump more leverage over them.
yeah.
And
Fuck
they,
yeah.
and the thing is, they don't realize it. They're so focused on overthrowing Trump. We got to get rid of Trump because basically Trump spoke out against things that they are for. Like immigration. They have the idea of basically we should open all the borders to let all these people in. We have an opportunity. We got tons of money. Well, not necessarily.
Right.
you gotta remember that they have so much money for this for food stamps and other programs and stuff.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Fuck yeah.
So basically, but they're not, but they can't get it through their heads. They don't want to listen. They don't want to listen to reason. Pelosi, the ugly broad that she
Oh
is,
my
she
god,
got.
she's a witch.
Oh God, somebody shoot her, please.
I agree with that one, bro.
Somebody,
I ain't
somebody
gonna
put
do
her
any
on the.
good.
Somebody burn her at the stake. Do not like her.
Oh,
Burn that evil witch to the ground.
Never liked her. The fact that she said Obamacare was beautiful was atrocious
Oh,
enough.
what a fucking joke.
Yeah, because it was going to bring in money for your cohorts, you idiot.
Of course.
But here's the thing that really this is the thing that really pisses me off. Well, that about some of these people who said Obama was a good president. He wasn't really that good of a president when you think about it. With all there was less
No.
jobs, there was less hiring, there was less work available. Many people were unemployed. Many people were relying on government benefits, whether it's unemployment payments or food stamps and stuff to get by. Getting their kids. Basically, when you think about it, they were looking up to him and his administration like people of a certain kingdom look up to their king for help.
Right.
When you
Yeah.
think about it, that's basically what it was. And this really, and here's the thing: they talk about Obama this being this great president and that, but here's the thing: you know, he wasn't that good of a president. I mean, basically, he was a Muslim. His real name was allegedly Barry Soetoro. You know,
Yeah.
he got into Islam. Basically, probably after reading
Gay,
some
gay
book.
too.
Yeah,
Gay.
gay. Really.
what? And his wife, a guy.
Yeah, well, yeah,
Train,
I
a
remember
tra-
seeing this video on
so did
Ellsberg
I, man.
dancing around, and you can see the schlong shaking.
Yeah, gosh.
You ever see that
No,
video?
I think I have. Was it in at some gathering in some town where she's dancing and they got a bit of
No, she was
bulge
on the
underwear?
Ellen DeGeneres show, and you could fucking. She's wearing like these white dress, dude.
She had a bigger bulge than I had.
Yeah, dude, it was sick. It
Oh my
was sick as
gosh,
fuck, dude.
dude. Oh
It looked
my.
like she got. That's what they say that Obama liked to take it in the ass. You know
Oh
what I'm saying?
gosh.
So, and then the kids are like actors that they have. They're just basically staged actors.
Oh
They're
gosh.
adopted actors.
Oh
You know?
gosh. Gosh, you know what? I remember there was this one photo I saw on Facebook of him and Biden running around the White House holding gay pride flags.
What the fuck?
That's what I said.
Yeah, I like it. Uh-huh.
Oh gosh, give me a break. Well, I'm glad. One of the reasons why I'm glad Trump is because we're all working again. Thank goodness. Lots of people are working again. I wonder how. I should probably ask someone that if I ever go on another program and somebody from the D town Detroit calls in, whether it's Broken Lion or somebody or Ricky Bobby from the D, I should probably ask him how the city of Detroit is. Has it improved? Has it been better? Because when I left, the chances for finding work was shell shot gone. Basically.
Yeah. Didn't
Should,
uh didn't like 750,000 fucking people leave?
I from the state of Michigan?
Yeah.
I do not
Yeah,
know.
this
I've
was
just
a
heard
while
about
back.
this right
This was a
now.
while back. This was a few years back, and like over 750,000 fucking people just left.
Wow, that is a trip. And I
Yeah,
was one of those people when you think
yeah.
about it. I left there in 2014.
I think that's around when it was happening too.
Yeah, but yeah, people were fed up with it. There was no work anywhere, whether it's Roseville, Richmond, or Detroit, Grand Rapids, or Allen Park, Ecorse. There was no work anywhere. Remember, I was looking for work at all those damn areas. All you had one job interview in the 2 years I spent living off of unemployment.
Wow. Was
Yeah.
there like wasn't even work at like temp services.
Yeah, actually, there was work at temp service. There was this. Thank goodness for this place. I got to plug this place. Minutemen Staffing on Dearborn, Michigan Avenue. That place helped me out. I got involved with those guys. Back around about 7 months prior to leaving here. It was in 2013. Somebody told me about them, and I went there and checked them out. They got me to work right away, and the next day put me to work to this place, put me to work at that place, including waste management. A place called Call Check, and which basically makes solvent for your windshield wiper fluid, basically for your cars. A place called Magna Check, which we do a lot of inspecting. For auto parts and stuff like that. I love that place. That place, Minutemen Staffing, that place helped me a lot. Basically. So
Yeah,
I gotta plug them. Shout out to you guys out there. Dan and Colleen up there. Thank you so much for the help.
yeah. I had a place I worked at through this temp place, and I knew the owner pretty good, man. To the point where the owner would bring me to jobs and shit. It was crazy.
Yeah.
I like always was on top of the list. You know, he'd do this kind of shit for me too. He helped me out a lot. Where he'd be like, there ain't no work, but you can sweep and mop and clean up the bathrooms and stuff around here, and I'll cut you a check for $20. It'll take you an hour. I'm like, all right.
All right.
You know what I mean? I'd just hang around. Usually it would be something. He'd do anything he could do for me.
That's good.
Like I said, how many owners of a fucking temp service are fucking bringing you to his job site?
Mm-hmm.
That
That's true.
that don't really happen that often. And it was like, and I would be on the list, and sometimes I wouldn't be like the next one to go out on a job, and he would bump me up, and he would put me in the group. You know what I
Wow.
mean? I had like seniority, but it was weird because like I guess I was a good worker in his eyes.
You
You know what
were.
I mean?
Yes.
There was something that he liked about me. I was kind of blown away by the whole thing, just the fact that the owner of the place would actually bring me to the job site and be like, here, you don't got no money, and he would kick me some cash, and I'd sometimes have to take a bus home or whatever, and I'd get back, and it was interesting. I'll tell you that.
Mm-hmm.
You know. I mean, we probably all been there working at a temp place at least maybe once or twice in our lives. You know.
Okay. Mm-hmm. That's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. Well,
Wow.
you know what, Brown? I think we're gonna get out of here, man. We're gonna
Okay.
bounce on out, dude.
Yeah, so am I. I got to get ready for work tomorrow. Basically, I,
Yeah,
I
it's
start.
me.
I start 9 in the morning. So I should probably get my ass to bed here. Hey, I gotta thank you guys for coming on my show tonight. I'm really glad you did.
Yeah, no problem. No problem, buddy.
Yeah, so definitely I have Thursday off. I'll definitely call in, and when you have Tommy's Dada come in, I guess.
Yeah, Thursday night we're supposed to have Tommy's dad on, Bill Fenton,
Okay,
ladies
so
and gentlemen.
yeah, we got to
So
plug that show this Thursday on Minnesota Vikings fans channel. Go check his channel out, watch his content, and subscribe to his channel as well. And it's
real
going
as
to
fuck,
be,
real as fuck TV,
yep,
baby.
that's what it is.
Episode 67. And
Yep.
I want to make one other announcement too, since
hmm
we're real quick.
Yes.
It's like I said, on the 9th of January will be the 1 year anniversary show of Real as Fuck TV. So we're gonna try to get some shit together for that. We don't know yet what we're gonna do exactly, but we're working on that, trying to pull something big off. Do a long stream, try to get some people on and shit. Because a lot of people didn't think fucking we could make it this long.
hmm
And we're
And you
proving
and you
wrong.
proved them wrong.
Yeah, and I think that's a pretty proud moment in Real as Fuck TV history that we're
Yeah,
fucking have made it to a year. You
that's
know?
good. Yeah,
What do you think
exactly.
so, bro?
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
it's fun.
yeah, definitely,
And then the one
definitely.
other thing, when we do episode 100, ladies and gentlemen, around in May, it's going to be the 24-hour stream
Oh
of Real
boy.
as Fuck TV. So get ready, ladies and
Oh,
gentlemen. Episode 100 is going to be a motherfucker. It's going to
wow.
be a fucking banger. So get
Wow.
ready. All day and night, we're going to be going, man. I'm gonna stay awake for that whole motherfucking
Bring
thing.
lots of coffee with you, man.
I hope Silver Roll can fucking make it, but yeah, I have a feeling Silver Roll's gonna need a nap in the middle
Oh,
of
drag
it.
a fucking bed.
So if you guys gotta go, well, say if you guys go to the party store or the groceries, do some grocery shopping, you're gonna take the phones with you and take the computer with you.
Oh no, we'll have everything set up where we won't have to go anywhere.
I see. Yeah.
The thing that I may do, I might end up hanging out in the garage for a while, but I'll still be connected into the show. You know what I
Cool.
mean, through my Skype. So we got that part all figured out. But as far as it goes, we ain't gonna be fucking taking off and going to no grocery store in the middle of the stream. We're gonna plan ahead, Dr. Brown.
Okay, definitely.
We're gonna plan ahead. We're gonna be ready. We'll have fucking food. Yeah, we might be eating on the stream. You got to expect that if you're gonna
Yes.
go 24 hours.
What if you
You
gotta go to
gotta
the
have
bathroom?
well, or the bathroom.
Or,
You need
or someone's gonna have to take over while one of you guys take a dump. That's for sure.
What are you trying to say?
Or
We're
ba-
real as fuck, motherfuckers.
If you could do what JB does and to a couple times record him taking the poop hole.
Oh, fuck, man. But all right, Dr. Brown. Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you very much, guys.
This was fucking enjoyable, dude.
It was, dude. Okay, then.
It was cool as fuck, man. Very fucking anytime, Brown.
Okay,
We
okay.
appreciate you being a supporter of Real as Fuck TV, man.
I appreciate being a supporter of me as well. Appreciate that, man.
Fuck yeah, dude.
All right.
All right. You have a nice night, bro.
All right, you too, guys. All right. Once
right,
again,
we're gonna-
Real as Fuck TV on the Minnesota Vikings fan, aka, or was it
RAFT.
RAFT TV? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Subscribe to that channel as well, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Dr. Earl W. Brown on YouTube. You guys everyone have a good one. Okay.
Yeah, you too.
All right. Bye bye.